Welcome back to the Dividend Diplomats YouTube channel. You've got Bert the Herd, and you know you're rolling with your boy Lanny, and we can't wait to talk to you about dividend stocks we purchased this last week of June 14th.
Before we get into the details, smash that subscribe button, give us that thumbs up. Thank you. We are closing in on 10,000 subscribers. We just recently crossed 9K. Everyone, thank you for your love and support over the last year. We've enjoyed it. Hopefully you've enjoyed it just as much.
As the stock market finally hit some red towards the end of the week, both Bert, his wife, and myself and my wife, we were able to buy even more undervalued dividend stocks throughout the week, especially Thursday and Friday. I don't know if you guys have. If you have, please let us know in the comments.
We want to hear what you are buying because for once it was nice. There were a lot of companies that were looking red, so it got us excited because we are always on the hunt for undervalued dividend growth stocks to add to our portfolio so we can grow our passive income.
Always on the hunt. This week again was another packed week of dividend stock purchases. In fact, I haven't bought this much stock across my taxable and retirement account in months. I don't know about you, Bert.
Yeah, it's the same. I mean, this is much more of a consistent week for me. This is a little heavier than my last few weeks have been, but it's definitely not the week that Lanny put forward in the amount of capital that him and his wife deployed in the market. But we are pumped up and we are excited here to talk to you about how we almost added 5K worth of stock between our combined families into the market.
Yeah, I guess between Bert and his wife, myself and my wife, yeah, almost 5K got dumped into the market. The S&P is still cruising at just under 4,200, trading at over 40 plus times earnings. So finding a stock is still hard, but we were able to get a slight discount towards the end of the week. And as always, I'll kick it off here because I have that, boring, which investing can be boring, but my boring strategy with my Vanguard VUIM. And if you haven't caught the video, you should check it out with the Vanguard VUIM versus Charles Schwab's SCHD. We brought it to you to see which was the best dividend ETF to buy. So VUIM, as you know, I always buy at the beginning on Monday mornings. So therefore, my wife and I first initially bought 3 shares each, 6 shares total at $107.24. But at least I didn't stop right there. On Thursday, I squeezed in another 2 shares in my taxable account. So in total, we bought 8 shares in our taxable brokerage account, deploying almost $853. And in total, we also added a nice, smooth $24 in income to our taxable brokerage account. However, as you may or may not know, I also fund our IRAs. Right now we're doing Roths, and we've had idle cash sitting in there waiting for a good price on things. We both do own VYM in our Roth IRAs as well. So towards that end of the week on the 17th and 18th of June, we also bought more shares in Vanguard. In my Roth IRA, I bought another 10 shares of VYM, deploying $1,040.
Insanity.
And I added $30 in forward income to my IRA. My wife, we did the same thing. We bought her 10 more shares between Thursday and Friday, added in another $1,040 to Vanguard's VYM, and again, adding $30 within the IRA for her.
Once again, insanity, but looking at the stock prices, you can easily see why they chose this as the time to pounce at the end of the week. At the beginning of the week.
Buy the dip, baby.
Yeah, you definitely bought the dip here because at the beginning of the week, your purchases were just over $107. I believe one of them was, what, $107.24, Lanny?
Yep.
And then by the end of the week, the price had fallen to $104.75, and then even lower at $103.36. I believe that was one of the ones in your wife's purchases. So you saw what happened to VYM in the broader market towards the end of the week.
Buy the dip, baby. Buy the dip. And Vanguard's VYM actually finished at under $103 per share.
Back in the double digits soon, maybe.
Come on, let's go. I want to see it under 100, but that means I'm setting myself up pretty nice this week of June 21st to hopefully grab more shares of VYM at or near $100 per share.
Fantastic. A lot of great investments there, and during the week, Lanny, you can never go wrong with VYM.
Keeping it simple. Vanguard's got my back. Some argue SCHD is better. Hey, both are great.
Yeah.
If you own both, phenomenal.
That was our conclusion. We like both. You can't go wrong with either.
But Bert, what did you and your wife do to start the week as always?
It was our turn to have our boring purchases. We talk about this every single time in a purchase video. I discuss my strategy in the video that's going to be linked above here. Every Monday we buy Johnson & Johnson, one share in my wife's portfolio. In my portfolio, we followed Lanny's VYM strategy 4 months later, or 5 months later, however many months later we started it, because we saw how strong it was performing in his portfolio. So we added it at 164.11 and then 164.15. There was a slight timing difference, but like we covered in our last video, Johnson & Johnson's price is climbing down now. It's maybe even 160 by the time this video is released. Therefore, we're going to continue buying this Dividend King. Added $8.48 to our income.
Not too shabby. Again, is J&J a nice Dividend King and a dividend stock to buy right now? If you haven't checked our video from Sunday, check it out. We analyzed J&J with stats as of June 18th, trading under $162. Could be a great dividend stock because they are screaming undervaluation based on their stock metrics.
Yeah, so hey, we'll never complain. We'll just keep consistently adding and watching that position grow. And what else did you add, Lanny? You didn't stop at VYM for the week.
I didn't stop there. Really busted out the wallet for this one. And again, having a high savings rate definitely helps. Living in Northeast Ohio where it doesn't cost much for living is not too bad. But I squeezed in another 2 shares of Verizon, ticker symbol VZ at $55.88, spending just under $112, and I added a nice $5.02 to my forward income with Big Red, Big Telecom, 5G, let's go.
Fantastic, Lanny. We have pumped Verizon plenty on this, comparing them to AT&T after the AT&T news was released out, seeing which one was the better stock to buy. We just love Verizon, and we love seeing that position grow. And now we both own pretty nice large positions in AT&T and Verizon. So I'm pumped up to continue seeing you adding Verizon and growing that position. You're well over 50 shares now, right?
Well over. I'm on my way to 70 shares.
All right, you definitely are well past 50. I had the wrong benchmark there for that one.
All right, Bert, so I bought Verizon, Vanguard, VYM. I'm still not done yet, but I know you weren't done yet with just J&J.
No, we weren't. I added one more, which I'll come back to. I want to talk about the stock we started adding to my wife's portfolio. One of our other videos we talked about last week were the 3 big banks, JP Morgan,
Big banks,
Citi, and Bank of America. And we did an analysis. We put the 3 of them in the fatal 3-way in the ring to see which one was going to come out on top.
Match.
Exactly, Lanny. And we came to the conclusion that Citi was screaming an undervalued bank to buy. Therefore, on Monday, we started initiating a position. Actually, it was Tuesday. Is when we started it in my wife's portfolio. We bought 4 shares at that time of $74.86. How many of you saw what happened to Citibank stock price over the last week? It started just coming down. Even before the Fed made their announcement on Wednesday, it just kept declining and declining. Citi's price actually was down over 10% from the week. So we didn't just stop buying it for my wife on Tuesday. We added 2 more shares on Wednesday, 2 more shares on Thursday, and then 5 more shares on Friday, lowering that cost basis down. We started it, the first one was at $74.86, then $70.97, $68.33, $67.41. We now own a lot of Citi stock right there with an average cost basis of $70.40.
Nice. So you added about 13 shares of Citi. You actually were able to get them over a 3% dividend yield, actually.
Yeah, at the end of the week, they were adding at 3%. We're not quite there yet because of where that average cost basis is, but I was pumped up to see the yield climbing. 3% is a very nice, solid dividend yield for the large bank. In total, we added over $26 of forward dividend income to her portfolio with a loan purchasing Citi.
Nice. Similarly how I did with my portfolio, and I did a little chip shot with Verizon, we did a little tap in as well on my wife's portfolio with SpartanNash, SPTN. We picked up a light 3 shares at $19.97. So in total, just under $60. We added $2.40 with a dividend yield of 4%. SpartanNash still trading in that $19 to $20 range. Definitely worth a look if you haven't checked them out already.
And it was worth a look because I also added, that was my last purchase for the week, was 10 shares of SpartanNash.
Hot take.
Yeah, AK Lanny's wife bought it the day before me. It came down even further to $19.41.
You got it cheaper.
I mean, under $200 added to our portfolio, 10 shares, $8 of dividend income, 4.12% yield. Great minds think alike. We talked about SpartanNash and why we love this undervalued dividend stock several weeks ago.
I'm just waiting on Kroger's dividend release this upcoming week. Very excited.
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, the sector's got some nice metrics right now. What can we say?
So lastly, in my portfolio, on the last day of the week, June 18th, we all know that community banks, we love them. You know, Bert bought the big bank.
Love them. Yeah.
I bought the small bank.
It was actually out of character that I bought a large bank. I usually am diving into the community banks too.
What's Bert thinking?
What am I thinking? It's undervalued. We proved that Citi was undervalued. I'd be a fool not to consider adding them. But let's talk about this community bank.
Yeah, and at first, if people didn't realize, you know, I think a few months ago when the announcement was People's United, PBCT, was getting acquired by M&T Bank, I think everybody knows that I got out of that position then of PBCT, nothing against M&T, and moved into another community bank, smaller one, you know, and similar type of build as PBCT, and I moved it into Provident Financial, PFS. So yes, I added 5 more shares to Provident Financial. Again, the bank stocks like Bert's Citigroup, again, you know, ticker symbol C, they were getting hit a little bit just based on, obviously, you got rate hikes coming up, as well as the overall market was down because of the tapering of the Fed buying. So probably still a part of that downturn in stock price. And their price went down to $22.75, so I picked up only 5 shares, overall cost of $113.75, and added $4.60 to my forward income with an average dividend yield of over 4%.
Fantastic. Nothing more to say about that.
And that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, so in summary, between Johnson & Johnson, Spartan, and Citi for my wife and I, we added over $1,400 to the market and added $43 on the dot in dividend income with a yield of 2.99%. What about you, Lanny? Because I mentioned we were not quite at 5,000. So if I added 1,400, let's hear about this week for you and your wife.
Well, because of the retirement investments that we both made, again, we both almost essentially invested about $1,000 each in our Roth IRAs with cash that was sitting in there from 2020. You know, in total, you know, again, taxable and retirement account based, we invested $3,218.26, added $96.02 to our forward overall income at an average dividend yield of 2.98%.
Wow, an almost triple-digit dividend income week. Congratulations.
I
But
missed the mark.
the important takeaway from this is just buy undervalued dividend stocks, keep building your passive income and your dividend income, and reach financial freedom. We can't say it enough. That's why we talk about what we buy every week. We want to show you that we are always looking at, we're always talking about these undervalued dividend stocks, so we are putting our money where our mouths are on this YouTube channel.
And you know, for those that haven't yet, please give this video a thumbs up and smash that subscribe button. We love this community. We love talking dividend stocks and what stocks to buy, what stocks we're buying, what stocks to put on your watch list. You know, this is what it's all about, is sharing the knowledge and sharing each other with what actions we're actually taking. You know, again, look at your portfolios. I'm sure June was a very solid month if you're a dividend investor, because this is a quarter end month.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Lanny. So check those funds, check your Vanguard funds, check your Fidelity funds, check all your funds. Just check them all.
Yeah, just gotta catch them all or check them all, Pokemon style. And if you haven't already, check out our blog, because we'll post all our income results from the month. So check that out in July for our month of June, because there are going to be some real big bangers that we're going to post.
Stay tuned, everybody.
Again, thank you for watching the video. That was Bert, and this is Lanny from the Dividend Diplomats.
Over and out.